in the starting position, we are down a full rook for just 2 pawns as black. However, the white king is in the corner. There might be potentially some back rank issues. The back rank is weak. It's only protected by the rook on d8. So let's take a look. I think one of the first moves which would come to my mind is to push our pawn. We have a passed pawn that's only 2 squares away from queening, but the problem is that rook e2, pushing the pawn to e2 would be very powerful if it wasn't for white's resource rook g1, stopping this queen f1 check idea. And even though we have a pawn that is so close to promotion, the computer says that white has everything under control here and has a +2 advantage. So e2, a tempting move, but sadly doesn't lead anywhere if white finds rook g1. So if we go back to the starting position, I already talked about the weak back rank, but there is something else going on in the position. Our rook from d8 is looking down at the enemy rook on d1, and why should that immediately also jump into our mind? Especially because the rook on d1 is unprotected. So the question becomes, where do we have, well, do we have a good jump with the knight? And the answer is yes, because the back rank wasn't the only weak point. There is also h2. And so knight f3 here is a stunning move. And you might wonder, yeah, but there is a bishop here, and if the bishop takes, the rook is protected, h2 is protected, but the problem is now white gets this back rank issue when they recapture queen f1 is a beautiful checkmate. And if we go back to knight f3, if white captures with the pawn instead, well, now the rook is simply hanging, and after rook takes, the king has no choice but to come out to g2, and we're also going to win the white queen here with a completely winning position. Knight f3 really is a stunning move, and the problem that white faces here, white cannot defend against both threats of either the rook hanging or the checkmate. So of course, if rook d8, queen takes h2 is checkmate. So very, very well done if, like Anna, you found this beautiful move, knight f3, with the double threat of rook d1 and queen h2 when white is completely helpless. I hope you enjoyed today's puzzle. Once again,